my hard copy yet. All right, we're gonna call June board meeting to order. I guess we're gonna start with a pledge of allegiance and a prayer.
Please rise. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, be with us as the Cleveland School District goes forward, and thank you for the grace and mercy you show us, and please help us move forward in a successful manner and be with our United States as we go forward. And everything you do for us, be with our soldiers and our policemen during this time. Thank you for the grace and mercy. Amen.
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 Thank you, very short.
All right. Roll call. Right at this moment, we've got four out of five here. I don't know where the other young lady is. She may be coming. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
Go move.
Second.
Get a motion and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. All right, we got FYI, individual school plans, business, CD school nurse duties. That's all in you for your information. Do we have any public participation comments today?
None.
All right, none today, so we'll move straight on to the cabinet update.
All right, how's everyone doing?
Fine, sir.
All right, glad to see everybody here. We're getting back to a little normalcy here. The numbers are going up, so we can get more people in the buildings. But to give you some updates on some things, you all have the updates that every department gave you through the slides that we gave you. I'm just going to hit some key things. We had graduation. Graduated over 200 children. Everybody got a chance to walk across the stage. And actually today, our graduation video became final, that we hired a company to put it all together. So it's downloadable on our website, social media, and if you're looking in virtually, there should be a link at the bottom that you can click on to download the video. The download is free. You can download as many times as you want. Easy access. Summer school started June 1.
Did graduate, everything go smoothly and?
Yeah, everything went smooth. We collaborated with local doctor, police force, and school and teachers, and the high school did a really good job putting it all together. We didn't have any complaints about it that I know of.
Did anyone go? George, you go? Tanya? I did. I thought y'all did as good a job on the circumstances could be done. I didn't hear anybody say anything my child didn't or did or whatever, and I thought y'all did I'd like for you to tell Mr. Foster, good job.
Appreciate it.
As good as what they could do on the circumstances.
And we did it a little different than a lot of people around us. But you know, one of the main concerns for the board was to walk across the stage. So we figured out a way to get everybody to walk across the stage. And I think they really liked it as well, because at the end, once you took the picture, you got a chance to take as many photos as you wanted with family members in the background. So check out the video. It's really good. It's high quality.
It's gonna be on YouTube too, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It's
You
gonna
have
be
to have
on
a
YouTube.
special login to get
No,
on
sir.
YouTube, any of the public can get on?
Any of the public can get on, once we get that all downloaded. Summer school started on June 1. It's been going for about a week now. We have no hiccups. We just have to do it a little different. Honestly, we don't have that many in summer school this year. How many do we have, Miss? Two. We have 2 children in summer school right now, online.
That's
So-
not surprising.
We have 2 in summer school. We open it up so that everybody
Take advantage of it.
Yeah, so trying to get people in, we didn't even have that many inquiries outside of the district. You know, with all the stuff going on, it's understandable that the numbers will be down. We had a lot of people calling and asking about reading. Parents were asking about reading, so that's why I put the numbers in there. We read over 27 million words over the break. and over 23,000 books. So the kids were reading, in which that is very, very important as we go on.
Was that at all grade levels?
That's all grade levels. We had over 27 million, we had over 23,000 books just read in the fourth quarter, which is the whole quarter that we were out of school. So that was not bad at all. All the manuals, we have a lot of manuals today that's going to be in front of you. I just want everybody to know, we have safety plan manuals, we have RTI manuals, we have a whole bunch of manuals that we got to have, as we lead into the next school year. The principals did a good job, all the departments working together. Summer feeding will continue Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to noon at Bell and at the middle school. That's where our 2 summer feeding sites are. So we did a lot of meals. We did
23,000.
23,000 meals over that time for when we did 23,063 meals over the break. So it was much needed. And certain days we spiked and some days we went down, but overall we did a pretty good job. And I think the faculty and staff for the nutrition, they did great.
So you express our appreciation to them for taking the time and energy to do it.
Surely will. Summer cleaning is in process. We're doing a lot of cleaning, doing a lot of sanitizing, floor waxing, stripping, painting. Just finished up with the middle school with the paint and the floor waxing. So I know we had a lot of paint chips on one hall. So we got that taken care of and got all the floors waxed over there. So we're going school by school. Mr. Harrington came up with a schedule so everybody can gang up on a building to make it go quicker. And that way we try not to hire somebody external.
If there ever was a year we ought to be able to get caught up on that, this would have been it.
Yeah. Also met with Dr. Wright last week, the state superintendent, Dr. Wright, and talked about return to school plan. So MDE is supposedly going to send us some information either this week or next week to give us some guidance on what they say we should look like when we come back to school. To give you an idea of what she talked about, we had a question on the call, all the superintendents were on the call, and someone asked, they said, are we going back to school in August? She said, you go back when you want to go back. Her additional comment was, you're going to have to get your 180 days in. So everybody has to keep in mind, if you do start later, that means you go into the summer. So if you start in September, that means that you may finish school in June. If you start in October, you're going to finish in July. So the later you go, the more days. And I know everyone has said things about, we sent out a survey, and the survey is going well. We sent out a reopening survey to the public, and the survey is going pretty well. We have over 1,200 hits on the survey. And parents are filling out, completing the survey. And we have some great ideas, but there are certain things that you have to do unless we get waivers, like 180 days in a year. The seat time waiver, as far as to say you have to get at least 330 minutes per day. And what does blended look like for the state? I know everybody wants to do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or a Tuesday and Thursday, but you have to do it the way that the Department of Education says you have to do it. So there has to be a certified person in front of the kids that's on the computer. That is considered to be blended. So if you don't have somebody when they're at home, that is not considered to be blended, so that day will not count. So there are a lot of things that have to go into it. So we would also need some, we're writing something for a waiver to MDE right now to try to get a waiver for attendance, seat time, and all of that stuff, if they don't come out. I think it's better for us to be more proactive than reactive than to wait. And I know it's June, and some people say it's taking so long, but it's a lot of red tape to go through. But we don't know what they're gonna say to us this week in that documentation or next week.
Are they gonna give us a protocol for kids arriving every day, when you're sick, when you're not sick, some kind of checks, any assurances?
They
Or
said
are you
that they
coming
would
up
give
with
us
their own then?
recommendations, not a specific protocol.
Well, there's recommendations, and then there's recommendations.
And we have been working with local doctors, local nurses, I met with all the superintendents in the surrounding areas to see what they're doing for their reopening. Met with other people in other states. We're just trying to come up with a good plan, but don't really want to make this plan up until we know what these guidelines are from MDE.
The main thing I would prepare for is, the cafeteria situation. You know, not having 200 at a time in the cafeteria, feeding half in the room and half in the cafeteria, and swap them out every other day. I mean, what you think, Todd? I mean, I think that's the choke point.
I mean, sanitizing, that, I think Mr. Harrington is working on that plan. But some kind of a check-in plan so that we know, if somebody's got fever when they show up that day versus.
Do we have
doesn't.
thermometers for each campus, the ones that no contact or whatever?
We have ordered 30 or 40 thermometers. They have not come in. We have a lot of stuff that's on back order that we ordered in March that still has not come in. So, do we have them on hand? No, but have we ordered them? Yes.
Maybe from our administrators, some health professionals, people who know what they're talking about, can come up with something that we can adopt and all stand behind.
Yeah.
Especially at the elementary, little
Yeah.
child got red sheets, be able to check their temperature.
Yeah. And we
You know,
were working with
flushed
Dr.
or
Risky,
Okay,
here locally.
okay.
He's on our team for the plan, along with our nurses. And there are a lot of things tonight that's on the agenda that is aimed to help us when we come back to school.
So I guess to answer that question, we're working on it.
Yes, we're working on a plan.
Then before school starts, we'll
have a plan. We plan to have a plan for the board to look at by the end of June.
okay.
By the end of June, so that parents, because the parents are saying great things in the survey. Like, I think whatever decision we make, I think the parents should be notified early so that they can make a decision on what they want to do. If we're doing something that they don't want to do, that they have options, instead of giving it to them late July and school starts in August. And in the words of Dr. Wright, we're going to school. It's just the way you will return, but we're going. So
We can always loosen up.
we can always loosen up.
With us having the variety of, I guess you could say, with the virtual and the in-person education options, will that allow our kids to take more dual enrollment classes?
It depends
Or
on the
AP
institution.
classes? Okay, and AP classes?
Yeah,
Because that's the question that I get from a lot of the parents. They're
And
concerned about that.
it depends. And MDE changed the AP rule just the other week about, you don't have to have a teacher to go through the AP training anymore. There was this training that you used to have to go through, and you have to pay. So the superintendent said it was just not equitable, so they changed it. So now there's a new rule. So if you're certified in English, now you can teach AP English.
Mhm.
So to answer your question, yes, we can have more AP classes. But
But,
the dual credit, it depends on the institution that we're working with.
but at the high school now, we have an issue because they're only offering those classes for the most part in the spring semester.
Yeah.
So that limits the number of AP classes that a student can take.
Uh-huh.
And my question is there any way that we can open up the first semester to more AP classes to give those kids more of an opportunity to take AP classes versus only being able to take them, one semester?
Gotcha. And we'll get with Mr. Foster
Okay.
and find that out for you. And last thing I'll say is we have our CARES money allocation. The CARES money allocation, we got that. I think it's something on the board on the agenda tonight about that. We got 1.3 million. So there are a lot of things that's on there. They're large numbers, but those numbers are dedicated for the CARES money. You'll see that we're trying to get computers. We're going to try to order a lot of computers. We've done all the work. Neil did a good job with the computers, and Ms. Thompson did a good job with the learning management system. One of the big things was to take grades and attendance if we do it online, but with this system, we can do both. And they don't have to and we can do face-to-face. One of the big things why we did not do face-to-face live is because Zoom was having so many problems. And I experienced one of those problems in a caucus meeting. So we didn't want to do that, and there was no way to record it. But with this system, it'll record it. And, if someone says that something happened, we can go back and look at it and see if it really happened. That's my report.
What about financial reports? Anybody gonna talk?
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all hear?
Okay.
Todd?
Got the May financial reports attached. Our district fund balance is up $97,385 from April of this year. And the enumeration schedule that I have attached is what's been done to show what we'll be paying West Bolivar and North Bolivar for the 16th section shared revenue.
All right.
And it will just have to be signed by Dr. Belcher after y'all go through that. But everything else is in good order.
All right. Anybody have any questions? Appreciate it. All right, fellow programs.
Hello?
Ms. Harris.
Hey, how are you?
All right, how you doing?
I'm doing well. As my report states, we're working on the FY21 allocation right now, so I'm almost done with those. We received, we had a total of about 1.5 million. This year, private schools accepted their portion of the allocation, so we're having to do something a little different with that one. And I'm pretty much just trying to wrap up everything before I leave out.
So the private schools elected to take their Title I monies?
Well, they accepted Title II and Title IV. So out of Title II, they received 23,000 and some change. And out of Title IV, they received about 15,000.
Do they have to submit the same financial information per student as we do?
Not for Title II and Title IV, which is why the only time you have to send in that extra information is on Title I. So they didn't want those funds, so we only had to go by the number of students who were enrollment at the private school. They are, however, we just found out today, requesting those ESSR funds. So I'll find out on the webinar on Wednesday exactly what that will mean for the district.
What funds are those now?
Those are CARES Act funds, that 1.3 million that we have. They want their share of those funds.
From the COVID-19.
Yeah.
All right, appreciate you clearing that up for me.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, thank you, Dr. Harris.
You're
All right.
welcome.
All right, district updates, Teresa McCarty.
Hey y'all.
How you?
Y'all doing
Curriculum
good?
and instruction.
We got the curriculum.
Oh, where's the curriculum?
It was,
Oh, okay. Curriculum and instructions. We doing much of that right now? Are we doing any of that right
You
now?
have no clue.
Busy.
Yes, sir, so I'll go over, some of the things that we have done. We have updated Tim, and, we have disposed of the books for the district that, were on the Tim's disposal list. Right now, it has to be updated by June 15th, so we had a training on May the 18th, with, our Tim's reps to update the system, so we'll be ready for, the, inventory. I also submitted a couple of plans for you for approval, the instructional management plan, along with the librarian and media handbook. Also, the dropout prevention and graduation plan as well. We also have the team of instructional coaches that are in place that will begin July 1st. And that's it.
All righty. Thank you. Now we'll go to district updates.
Okay.
It's Teresa McCarty.
So with our school status, as you can see, we're really keeping that engagement going, over 3,000 calls, 600 emails, and over 191,000 text messages that went out to parents as of June the 3rd. School safety, for your presentation, we have the school safety plans, and I want to publicly thank Chief Bingham. He looked through the plans, provided feedback, looking at reunification points and evacuation, and just really going above and beyond to make sure that, even though we know what the state said, just from what can actually be done, he was really instrumental in providing some great feedback. So those are ready for your review. Child nutrition, as we discussed earlier, over 23,000 meals provided during our closure. And then maintenance, we're still rocking and rolling with fire extinguishers, asbestos inspections, window replacements throughout the district, getting those projects done while we're out. And with technology, really doing a good job with fixed assets. So we'll be having some updates for you all for next month regarding how we're looking with our accounts and percentages of completion with fixed assets. And with transportation, working on the bus seat repairs. He's continuing to disinfect the buses and working on our safety protocols. The sanitation, hand sanitizer order for the buses, and then just, having a system of cleaning before and after each route, AM and PM.
Okay.
And I think, go ahead.
We have installed, hand sanitizer dispensers in all the classrooms in the high school. We're currently working on the middle school. We're installing all hand sanitizers. The dispensers are free to us. We just have to purchase a refill, so that we're not being charged for the dispensers. I have plenty of refills and disinfectant also in the warehouse stock. As far as the disinfectant, I have 200 bottles on order now, spray bottles. When they come in, we're gonna fill those up with disinfectant, and each classroom will have a spray bottle to spray the dust down.
And there have been many people contacting us about different things. That Mr. Fuller had one about, and we're checking on all of them, but I think everyone in the nation is having the same problem. It's just a limited supply of certain things, but we have some things that we ordered from March that we still haven't received. And we got a lot of stuff too. We do have a lot of hand sanitizer, the soaps, and all of that stuff. We got a lot of it, but we can never have too much with this situation. So we continue to order, and we're checking on the plexiglass for the front desk. Like when you go in the restaurants, you see the little plexiglass. We're checking on some of those for not just for the front desk for when you come in, but we're checking on a lot of stuff we can't get, but we have a lot of stuff. We do. The more the merrier. If you know anybody, or if anybody knows anyone, especially for masks, just to let us know, and we'll get in contact with them, because everything is kind of scarce. It's getting better. It's a lot better than it was in March and April.
All right, if that's cabinet update, can I get a motion to approve?
I make the motion to approve.
Second.
Been motion to second to approve the cabinet update. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. All right, approve the consent agenda.
Make a motion we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Been motion to second to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Number 4, set date and time, next regular meeting, Monday, July 13th at 12 p.m.
Vacation week.
You just got off vacation. Dang.
George,
Just got back from turkey hunting.
that was 2 months ago.
No, no.
Well, this is with my wife.
This is the one that counts.
This is the one that counts.
What about the week before?
What about that,
The 6th?
that Friday?
Coming out the 4th of July holiday,
Yeah,
so.
Well, that's,
Oh, you're sober up.
no.
Is the 20th too late?
Are y'all off that whole week?
You're sober up by then.
What's the date of the Friday before that Monday?
The 3rd.
No, it's not. It can't be the 10 days.
Oh, before the 13th?
Did
The
7,
10th.
Well, let's do it then.
Why you wanna have it on Friday?
because I won't be on vacation on that Friday.
Or that Thursday, maybe?
Let's have it Thursday at
That's
lunch,
my
or Friday
birthday.
at lunch.
That's my birthday. We can't have it on my birthday now. We can't work on my
We can
birthday.
do it on the tenth. I can do it on the tenth.
Let's do it on that Friday at lunch,
The 10th,
10.
I'm open.
Everybody good? Neil?
I'm open.
Harrington, everybody good?
If I wasn't, I wasn't gonna say nothing at this point.
All right.
George, I can't help it, you don't ever go nowhere.
Hey,
You must-
all right, we're gonna move
We're
on.
doing it at noon.
Let's do it at 12, that way.
He got to work this time of year anyway.
Yeah, that's
Do it at
right.
1. I can't do 12. Can I do
Let's do 1
1?
o'clock, that's fine.
Yeah. It's-
I just
All right.
said 12 just so we wouldn't be up here.
Now, we're gonna set date and time next regular meeting for Friday, the 10th,
July
July
10th.
10th, 2020 at 1 p.m.
Yeah, that works.
Can I get a motion to that
I
effect?
make-
I so move.
I second it.
Been motion second, all those in favor?
Ah, I'm trying to put it in my thing, George.
Putting your thing on. All those opposed, ayes have it. All right, set date and time for end of the year official board meeting Monday, June 29th at 12 p.m. Year-end
June
meeting,
29th.
June the 29th.
I think I'm in Baton Rouge that week.
That's just approving end of year
Year-end financials.
transactions. Make a motion, we,
Yeah, all we gotta do is have 3 there for
Oh,
that.
okay, okay.
That's the one where, isn't that right?
Yeah,
Isn't that
sure.
right? Mr. Stupleton?
That's all right.
make a
All right.
motion, we.
Can I get a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Second.
Been motion second for June the 29th, 12 p.m. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. All right. Approved claims docket for June 2020.
Oh, I got a couple of questions on
I
that.
got one on the water bill.
Yeah, Pierman,
Pierman, why is it so high?
you on there, Cindy?
I did ask for a reread on that, excuse me. I ain't-
On Pierman?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I did ask for a reread on the meter. The city of Cleveland's telling me that they haven't read the bill since September of last year, so we just been getting charged just a flat rate not to use it. But I did ask for a reread.
Okay. All right, what about on page 4?
Do we know where that meter is? We can read it ourselves. Never mind.
Cindy,
Yes,
page 4 is, Bailey Education Group, 12,000 for professional development. Did we have professional development at this time?
No, sir. That was in
That was-
February, March.
that ended before spring break. Those invoices were for before spring break. If you look over to the dates over on the very far right,
Showing
it
November.
was for January, February, and then the one that was dated March 26th was for the days that was before spring break.
I thought we got out like the 15th. When did school let out from spring break?
15?
March the 26th was
6.
March the 6th?
Yeah.
So we paid one on March the 26th.
On page 4,
That was just the date of the invoice, but it was for services that were in
Before
early
that.
March, before spring break.
see further over, it says November 15th and January 10th. There's
Okay.
3 of them on January 10th.
On page 7. Page
On page
7
7.
is Bradley, $17,000.
Roof claims.
Is that what that was?
Mm-hmm.
That's Kate Margolis for the roof claims.
Oh, it was legal fees is what it was.
Yes.
Arnold, you aware of that?
Page 5.
Yes,
Page
sir.
5.
Page 5.
5. He
It's
said it
Bradley.
like a 6.
Aaron, Bradley Aaron.
Yeah, page 5, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I can't read or write. Page 5.
Can't talk too good either, huh?
$17,861. That was legal fees?
Yes.
Fighting with the roof insurance.
That's
Okay.
correct.
What did we agree, I thought we agreed to pay them so much per.
I thought last time they were
She-
in,
Could you look back in the
She's
minutes
now
for us at
working-
some point? You ain't gotta do it
She's
right now.
now working
but-
on the stuff coming up this coming year.
Okay. We'll look at that contract and see what,
or in the minutes what we approved.
we can go ahead and prove it and then look and make sure that's what the minutes reflect. If not, then we can't we, George?
Yeah,
We can go back in there and make sure that's what our minutes reflected.
yeah,
So we can look at that
that'd be
during this
fine,
break and
Pending approval.
pending
pending
approval.
approval. Okay, that's all I got.
Food bill wasn't too high.
Okay.
No, food bill ain't real high. All right, can I get a motion to accept pending approval of that roof claim?
So moved.
Get a second, been motion and second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. All right. Approval of bid award for distance learning management system to Grade Results Digital Courseware Company in the amount of $148,500 paid for through the CARES Fund.
It's a 12-month contract
For the, yes, sir,
for the year.
yes, sir. So with the, program, it will allow us to have all of our courses in that particular system. And so instruction can be delivered, online.
And it cuts out, it offers different resources. We can do face-to-face, virtually. We can put grades in. We can take attendance. I think we've been more proactive than reactive. And it integrates with a lot of stuff that we already have as well.
So this is an all-inclusive system that's gonna allow us to FaceTime our students, have class.
Yes.
It's all incorporated. We don't worry about who's zooming what and
No.
whether we're using Teams.
No.
And whether we got security or.
No, it's all in one, and it has an app, and so you can do it on the iPad as well. And we can incorporate it into Clever. Clever means that even though we have different systems, once you log into the Clever, it's just one password. And all our kids now have an email address for the school. We transform now everything over to Google now, so that makes it really easy for everybody. So this system will help us out in the long run with all, not just now, it will help us even after. Right now, we get all the bells and whistles for this, just in case. As we go down the line, we don't want all the bells and whistles, we'll take some out. It will help us with alternative school as well. Kids that are sick, when they're not at school, they have something, because that's been one of the biggest things on the survey as well.
So as long as they have an internet connection and a device,
Yes.
this, will they go to this software online or will it need to be loaded on the?
It can be an app or they can go online with an address.
So will we still need active parents?
Yes.
We'll still need active
Yeah,
parents?
that's all part of SAM's.
Okay.
Anyway, that's our.
So if they've got a device at home, all they gotta do is go to the
Get the
website.
website.
Yes, sir.
to it.
If they don't, then there'll be an app loaded onto our device that they would have at home with an internet connection.
And Neil, with Clever, once we log into Clever, the
It'll
app will be there.
be a single login for everything. We're trying to put all of our software in a single login. They log in one login in a site that has all the links to all their software.
And we've done our due diligence on this company and I'm not, I am about
Yeah, we.
good use of our money,
I helped
but
Thompson with the bid, so we wrote the bid, and we evaluated, four vendors that applied to the bid.
And I know Pittsburgh has used it, they used it last year. I think Starkville is really looking into it, and there are other couple districts around the state that are looking into it to do it. And they're also doing it, this company is also doing it for, I think it's the state of Georgia, they're doing it for the entire state. The state superintendent bought it for the entire state so that they can do distance learning.
I just noticed.
We've been burnt so many times, like Todd said, we get into something and all of a sudden, well, you gotta pay for this,
Yeah,
you gotta pay for this, and all of a sudden you're up there higher than what
yeah, and
one of
they
the
know
other
this
vendors
is it.
was.
Well, this one was here, there was one here, and then there were two about here.
Yeah,
And I'm, I wanna make sure we get the the lowest is nice, but the best for what we do.
I think this one offers the most options, and we got a break as well. This is not their normal price.
What is it normally?
They charge a little bit more per kid.
It's about like it is for the other two that we.
No, it's not that high. It's not nowhere near that high.
Sometimes we get a deal the first year and then
Yeah.
we pay for it.
But like I said, we'll do it, we got all the bells and whistles this time. The next time, we may not need all the bells and whistles, but we just need some of the bells. Not necessarily all the whistles. But it's a good step to what we wanna do when school starts back. It's gonna help every grade level.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
And motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. All right. Approval of updated CSD attendance zone map effective 2021, reflecting current school names, post-consolidation, no other changes made.
None of the streets changed?
The zones are still the same?
What you mean?
What you mean?
Oh, yeah, we hadn't changed any zones. So what happened was the old map that we had still had, the old school names on it.
Okay.
So we didn't move any lines over, we just made sure there was just those three, DM Smith Naylor, Park, and then Pyramid, and in our school colors. But we didn't change anything that's been done since the consolidation, just making a clean version of the map with just those three zones, and make sure we had Cleveland Central High School, Cleveland Central Middle School reflected on the map.
New shades of purple.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Been motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. All right, approval of contract agreement between Cleveland School District and Marathon Accounting Software Central Asset Consulting Service for assistance in the business office during business manager's absence. Estimated 2 days per week, $85 rate for Miss Cindy Holtz, and $125 rate for D. Jones.
Who's D. Jones?
That is the person that's over the company that will be assisting it sometimes. So what happened was, our business manager's gonna be out for a while, so, Ms. Holtz works for this company.
Okay.
And, Ms. Holtz was the former business manager here before she retired, so she's very familiar with all the things that we have going on, which made perfect sense. So after talking with the, person, Ms. Jones, she said, oh yeah, Cindy Holtz works for us. And we got on the phone, we started talking. So we made out a schedule. There's an estimated maybe 2 to 3 days a week that they will come in, and they just handle business manager stuff that we need.
So we're gonna pay Cindy and Debbie Jones?
No, sir. Debbie Jones only comes in when she's needed to come in. Like sometimes, if it's 3 days a week, Ms. Holtz may not be able to come one of those 3 days, and Debbie Jones will step in for her.
All right, can I get a motion?
Not both at the same time. Not both at the same time.
So,
Can I get a motion?
Hold on, George, let me do some math here.
do we need to? This says an estimated 2 days a week for one or the other.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not, both of them are gonna have 2 days a week?
No. Not both. And the plan is after the second day or the third day, whichever the last day they're out of their week, that they meet with myself at the conclusion of the week, so I'll know where we are.
We're gonna need what we're gonna need.
Oh, I know, I'm
Trying
just,
to,
And
I'm just
honestly,
trying to figure out why we're gonna,
Mr. Boggs, this is cheaper than the other quotes.
well, I'm not saying that,
Just
I'm
trying to
just trying to
make sure
figure out
we
if Cindy hadn't been gone but 11 months.
Yeah,
So she ought to be able to walk in and pick up exactly where she was at, or pretty close to
yeah.
it. I'm just trying to figure out why we need this Debbie Jones at all. Why
Cause
don't we just,
she's owns the company.
Yeah.
we can't hire Cindy just ourselves.
No, she works for this company.
She works for the company.
Save that money.
I understand.
Y'all, can I get a motion?
so moved.
Second.
One motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Approve to accept proposal for student accident insurance with Gerber Life Insurance Company in an amount of $34,505 for 2021 school year. who's got Gerber?
Cindy, is Cindy still on there?
Cindy, you still on there?
Yes, I'm here.
What about Gerber? I thought
Ned
they,
Mitchell got that quote. We had it with student assurances last year.
uh-huh,
Gerber was cheaper on the premium, and it also had double the coverage on some of those different accidents that usually falls under the, football injuries and stuff like that. So,
okay.
was it not, if we had the 3 quotes attached to y'all's packet, did y'all not get the other
No,
copies?
no, we just got the one quote.
Okay.
So then this is
Yeah, we had a
just,
comparison of, we had 3 companies. One of them, a company had
There's a
sent
comparison
their
in the packet.
information by email, and we had all 3 of them compared, and Gerber was better.
Okay. Can I get a motion to that effect?
let me ask, I mean, this is life insurance.
No.
This is student
So in other words,
accident,
injury,
that covers the student
same thing we've
during
always
their
had.
athletics
Injured knee,
and,
Medical,
it's
football.
a
Field
supplemental insurance.
It's-
Hold on, Shane. It's a supplemental insurance to their private insurance.
Well, that's right.
Right. Or if they don't have insurance, it would be their primary.
right, that's correct.
Thank you.
I don't,
Move we approve.
Get a second?
Second.
Been motion and second to approve. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. All right. Approve to award bid for student and teacher Chromebooks for grades 3 through 12 to Trinity 3 in the amount of $761,000 CARES fund.
Okay, so we bought, I think the quote was for 2,200 Chromebooks for 3rd grade through 12. And that includes 4 years of accidental insurance, warranty on the device. Also it covers unlimited damage.
Is this like Apple Care where they cover it, but you gotta write them a check?
I mean, what I did was we did an all-inclusive package, so get the device, the warranty, we get parts on hand to do repairs in-house. It also includes a 2% theft loss, so they've already, based on the 2 bids, they've already calculated and added the 2% in upfront. So we'll be getting 2% of the devices on top of what we bidded for theft loss.
So is that still a cost in there for the teachers too?
Yes, and then there's 215 devices for the teachers with the same warranty.
So this device gets checked out. It's issued to me. I take it home, take it wherever. It's my device for the school year. All right, I lose it. What happens?
Okay, so we're working on a student handbook right now that talks about care. We're gonna have some discussions on things that happen if you're a habitual person who damages it constantly, or if you lose it constantly. So we're gonna be working on a handbook with that information.
So there's
There's nothing in place right now.
$8 if you lose it.
That's what they're working on.
Let's say what happens whenever that 45th person loses theirs.
Because we're kind of looking at, the handbook we're kind of looking at, and I think every district in the state is based off of Madison, handbook. So we're just having to change up a little bit and then have a discussion on if we want to charge a possible, technology fee, if we can. If you want to do, the first one we cover, then, the second one's on you. You have to, if you lose it the second time, does the parent replace it? That type of thing.
And that's all in the handbook.
We just got to, all come together and come to a consensus on what we want to do on that part. Because I know Madison charges, for the first offense, they charge, if you break the screen, they charge you a fee to repair.
All right, what about if a student wants to use their own device
At school,
at school?
it won't be allowed because it won't be on our network.
Another thing we're having to do, and the reason why we're doing these devices is because of SIPA. There's a federal act that requires that we filter what the kids use at home.
Certain content.
So what we've done is with these Chromebooks, we can lock the It's only locked to their login, their district login, and we have a filtering system tied into their login, so they can't log out the device and try to log in with their home stuff. It's all locked with their school district information, and it's completely filtered.
So this will be just for their schoolwork, no
Just for their
Facebook,
schoolwork.
no Twitter, no Instagram, no.
It depends on what we got filtered.
Yeah, it depends on what we got on the filter, but I believe we have Facebook and that kind of thing filtered out on those devices.
So for example, whatever we have filtered at the school, when you log into your Chromebook, if you're at home, it's the same type of filter that's at school. And that's the same thing we did for the extended Wi-Fi. So when you're on our extended Wi-Fi, you can't just log into anything you want to. It's filtered. It's not wide open.
We don't really have much of a choice but to approve it, first off. But I hope as we come up with these policies, we're creative enough to build in other incentives to keeping up with their books, then you're gonna have to buy another one, because the ones that are gonna sell them,
Yeah,
lose them, not take care of them, they're not gonna buy another one.
yeah.
They will if they want a diploma.
We can't.
Some
It's gonna
of
be
those
like
probably
everything
ain't really
else.
worried about the diploma, but
I mean, don't you have to pay all your fees before you graduate?
Does that always happen?
I hope that we just build in some more.
But yeah, and it's a work in progress. The handbook, because we don't have it.
There's-
So we're making it as we go. So by the time we do get them, we'll have something in place and the information will be out early. And that way we can be more proactive than reactive. So everybody knows that this is a stipulation for you getting the device, if we have to issue you a device. You know, and there'll be some parents, like you said, Mr. Boss, some parents they don't want the device.
But there's software out there that will track them, so you know where the device is. And even at some point, you can wipe the machine completely.
Yeah, we wiped it at the end of the year.
Well, I mean, but it'll do it automatically. If somebody steals it
Yeah.
and they, whatever, default 2 or 3 times, I'm sure we're backing everything up on our servers. But it can be wiped and locked down to where it's really no use to anybody.
Keep in mind that whatever policy that they suggest to y'all, it still has to get approved.
Yeah, it comes
Oh,
to.
Well, I get it, but we're
So
spending a whole lot
It's
of,
gonna become part of it, said y'all.
we're having to spend a lot of money now before we have that policy in place.
Yeah.
And 44.6 units is not very much for a 2% warranty
Yeah.
or replacement. So,
And there was a bid process that we had to go, you know, you have to go through your bid process, so we're a lot earlier
Yeah.
than a lot of the people around.
we're gonna get them by the time.
By the time we get them, start using it, it'll be something else.
It'll be something.
Yeah, we're trying to get it early to get our name on the list. Because, right now, it's first come, first served. When the shipments start coming in.
Will textbooks be incorporated into these?
Yes, it depends on the company as well. Not every company is able, you know, to have an online textbook, but we
So
have,
we
how
could-
many companies do we have?
For right now, we have that off the top of my head, we have about 4. And so, Neil and I are working on a list as well for principals, so we can get that information and they can have a log.
Well, we need to stay on that list if we can, so that we can reduce that.
And that's
$300,000 a year we spend on
That's
textbooks.
also- I'm trying to put all the textbooks logins into that one single line, single login, so all they have to do.
For
is-
down the road, when we gotta re-up in 3
Do
years.
do we have the
maybe we'll
ability to
save
pick
that money.
textbooks from folks who have both online and hard copies?
You can, and then you can do that.
I can't imagine in this environment why those companies wouldn't be moving that direction
I
anyway.
think all the companies are moving to the online books.
It's just, depends what platform they put their books on.
Yes.
Isn't that right, Neil? Some of them go exclusively Apple products, some of them go exclusively
As
whatever.
far as, the ones that we've had in the past, most of them have been web-based and not application-based.
Yeah, that way they
We
lock
just
you
got-
out.
We just gotta make sure we have a single login, so the parents don't have to keep up with 10 different logins to 10 different packages.
Right.
Make a motion, we approve it.
Been motion second, all those in favor? Opposed? Ayes have it. All right, approve RFPs
When
for,
when will we get that? When do you think y'all will have that
Well,
policy that?
he's working on it, probably in
We
this
got
month.
most of it written, we just gotta work out some of the other.
Okay. Probably about, I know it'll be at the next board meeting for the July board meeting.
Next month, Richard goes on vacation.
yeah. All right, approval of RFPs for 2020. School status for $44,028 title fund, Bailey Educational Professional Development, per diem, $1,350 title fund, advanced instructional management, web-based benchmark assessments, ELA, math, science, and history. Total cost $47,676.50. That's title funds. Curriculum associates for web-based language arts, math, assessments, and instruction program. Total cost $188,225.16. That's title funds.
And all of these programs, these are all programs that we had before. Curriculum and Associates is already,
Okay.
that's what that is. I think going into this 2021 year will be the district's third year of having already. So I think everybody's finally getting adapted to it. There are plenty of other people out there to do it, but it offers a lot of more things. That we added one thing for this year. We added the toolbox, which is the downloadable stuff for the teachers. It has all these resources that are associated to it. They gave it to us kind of to test it out for this year that we just got out of, and the teachers liked it, so might as well get it.
Do we have to change next year?
No,
After
we
this
don't have to
third year?
change. We don't have to change.
Seems like about every 3 years we're
You don't have to change. I think that the longer we use it, everybody in the state uses iReady too. There's 100+ districts that use iReady. So the teachers are getting adapted to it. So to do it 2 or 3 years and then change up, that means you gotta adjust to something else, and then you change up again. So to see how it goes for a few years, I think that would be the best thing.
What is school status for management systems?
School status helps us with the discipline, the attendance, and it tracks everything for us. And you also put in your test scores and everything, has all the kids in there. Any other management system that we have, it's like basically a dashboard for you. And that's how we make calls too. You see all the stuff that we have on the school status, put the walkthrough evaluations in there, that keeps up with the discipline, academics, attendance, and it's instant for you.
Can I get a motion to approve? We already approved?
No. I'll make a motion we approve
Can I get a second?
I said.
item 12.
Been motion and second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Remove from table and approval agreement with Cleveland School District Shaw Family Medical LLP for preventive and acute medical service to district students for 2020, no cost to the district, and that's with approval of Arnold's approval after he gets through with the contract. Can I get a motion to approve?
I make the motion.
Been motion?
Second.
Been motion second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. All right, discussion table of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K.
Can I say something, Ms.
All
Evans?
these are plans, and can I get a motion to table?
Can I say something, Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Man, these people worked. I'm gonna tell you, these people have worked hard on these manuals.
We'll read them in our spare time.
You read me in spare time?
Yes,
I got
ma'am.
you.
I've looked at some of them, and I can tell that they put in a lot of work.
They have put in some work.
Well, we got a table them this month,
Table
so.
for 30 days. I make a motion that we table these
Second.
protection plans, safety plans.
Been motion second table, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. All right, approve of personnel,
Amelia
resignation.
went to get something, she said she had an attachment that won't load, so she went to get it, to bring it to us.
Oh,
You wanna skip that and go to 16?
what was the last one, item 14?
Yeah.
You wanna skip that and go to 16 until she comes back?
Approval of FY 21 plan for implementation of the federal programs and MCAPS.
So we're on item 16?
Mhm.
Yes,
Mhm.
we're gonna skip 15 until Amelia comes back.
I thought there was more on there.
More
Like
what?
that, than what's on there now.
Wake up, Tyler.
Whoa.
It was there earlier this morning.
You on vacation?
Something. I missed my vacation.
You didn't go to Jamaica this year?
Not yet.
Mexico?
I'm hoping they loosen things up before.
Mhm. What's the FY 21 plan? Federal programs.
Dr. Harris?
Mr. Evans, that's the CFPA that I'm working on now in MCAPS.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the approval of us submitting the plan to MDE.
Okay.
approval to submit a plan?
You gonna finish that before you leave?
Yes, sir, that's what I've been working on, FY 21 application.
Okay.
What is it though, Dr. Harris?
It's in MCAP.
So what is the plan?
So we have to submit that we're gonna.
No, this
submit
is just a
plan?
budget. This is just your approval of me submitting this FY 21 budget.
Okay.
And this is just for substantial approval. And that just means that it's going to allow for those funds I'm writing in right now to be used by the school by July 1. And what they'll do is issue the application later on in the year. And a lot of times there's an additional funding attached to it. So then the district is going to rewrite both the plan and then they're writing a budget if there needs to be some updates.
All right. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Been motion and second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
I'm glad you two got a sign.
All right, back to approved personnel. Resignations, retirements, recommendations,
It's just one page?
early
Yeah,
summer.
Refresh your screens, I had a little glitch. I had to go check.
Oh, I got it now.
I said, I thought
How
there
you
was more
refresh?
this morning when I looked
Just
at
hit
it.
that little, you got it.
She was telling me to wake up. Close all the other windows for him.
I wish they would open the one that's hot in here.
There's my mama. He opened windows down there.
It is, but Terry, did you know how to turn that air down?
And it ain't working. The other part of the meeting, we going in yonder where it's cool.
That was item 14 and 16, they were both unanimous.
Thank you.
We're on 15.
All right. Anybody got any questions on resignation, retirements, or recommendations?
What was added? What did you add?
I added there was an addendum page 2.
Okay, I see it.
These are, all this is just out of district funds? This was all budgeted, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so we're not
This
out
is-
of budget?
No, this is nothing new.
Not, you new unbudgeted money? Make a motion, we approve.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
What happened with, number 6?
Oh, decided going to go to the classroom.
I saw that at the alternative school. Okay. I was just curious.
Any more questions? All right, we're voting on A, B, C, and D.
Make a motion, we approve them.
Second.
Been motion and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
What about the,
Can I get a motion to consider going into executive session?
I'll make that motion.
I second it.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, stated reason for executive session. Discussion of parks matter, discussion of property insurance, payroll issue, and legal matters. Can I get a motion to go into executive session for those stated reasons?
So moved.
second?
Been motion and second to go for those stated reasons. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. We'll take about a 5-minute recess.
We probably can open.